Hello, Twin Flames. Happy 11/11. I have a quick energy update for you guys, and I pulled 3 cards to kind of clarify what it was that I was feeling but couldn't quite put words to. And I definitely feel like these cards, for certain, are better able to kind of articulate what it is that I feel is happening energetically with us as a collective. But first, I just want to say it is Veterans Day here in the United States, and I wanted to wish all those brave men and women who have served our country. Um, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your service, and to those who have passed serving our country. I really salute you up in heaven, and I pray that God continues to bless you and keep you. So thank you again. So I want to start out with, I'll just go one by one here with the cards. It's quite interesting. I have the Knight of Swords as the first energy for this reading, and this is really kind of the restlessness that I was feeling that I couldn't really quite articulate, and I feel like this is really message coming from all of humanity, not just so much from Twin Flames alone, but there just really seems to be this kind of big energy, this kind of like hasty energy in the air, and it is a very strong global time of change. We did just have a U.S. presidential election here, and it didn't really turn out the way most of the political pundits projected it would, and I feel like it has caused some tumultuousness in the air, and people feel uncertain. Even the stock markets were uncertain after the elections because we didn't get the result that most people thought we would, and it seems to have created somewhat of a rift in the air, and this card really kind of speaks to that. It's a really big energy, and what this energy wants to do is kind of is move forward. It wants to change. It wants new and better things, but it's almost like it doesn't know how to go about it. And what this card warns of is to it's good that you have this big energy to kind of create change, but it's important to have a plan. That's what this card really warns you about, is to not be hasty in your decision making, and to not act on your emotions alone, and to make sure that you're really using the mind, the heart center as well, in your decision making, and to really just kind of have a clear plan and a clear focus, so that you are moving forward kind of in a gracious, kind of measured manner, rather than just kind of haphazard all over the place, swinging your sword around like this knight is in the depiction on this card. So it sort of feels like that this is the frenzied kind of energy that's in the air, kind of following this election almost, and as I stated, it kind of makes everything feel uncertain. But it doesn't necessarily have to feel that way for long. You can absolutely change those energies, and you can apply these Knight of Swords energies in very much a positive way, if only you know how to utilize them, and you know how to go about it. And it's interesting because this very concept came up a lot in the zodiac readings that I posted for November. It just seemed like that November was such a big time of flux, and there's positive change that's coming in, but it's like if you don't know how to really apply it properly, and if you're kind of not ready for it, it could go both ways. And I feel like that this Knight of Swords card too is very much tied into the full moon in Taurus that's coming up in just a few days, which is a super moon, and it's a very, very, very powerful full moon. And it seems, the moon presides over our emotions and our feelings and decision makings. So it just seems like that tied into these political times that we're in right now, it seems to kind of have created, I mean, exactly this Knight of Swords type of thing, where we sort of almost like don't know what to do with it, what to do with ourselves, what to do with these energies, and they're kind of begging to be tempered at this time, and all of these things, I mean, all of these energies, I mean, it very much does apply to our union. So it's not surprising that this, even though I think that this particular message applies to humanity as a whole, I'm not surprised that it appeared in my 1111 twin flame portal reading, because it really is up to us as twins, as light workers, to utilize our abilities to really kind of ameliorate these kind of tumultuous energies and kind of balance them out, and find a way to kind of use them for good, like I said, and to kind of just apply the energy correctly, rather than in this frenzy kind of way. So the next card I have for us is the King of Swords, and it's interesting because as I've said before, this card tends to show up a lot in my twin flame readings, and it tends to represent the divine masculine, and then the Queen of Swords rather always tends to represent the divine feminine. So what I feel this is speaking of here is the divine masculine for sure. And I feel like the divine masculine almost has a message for us, whereas that kind of hasty, ill-applied energy in the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, it's like or the divine masculine, I should say, it's like he just feels like he's in this really deep, meditative, like contemplative kind of state where he's doing exactly what is asked of the Knight of Swords, where it's like he's thinking very clearly of what it is he wants to do next, what his what the right thing to do is next. And what it feels like is that it's not a question of what the divine masculine feels towards the feminine. It's more of a question of, well, what do I do next? How do I apply it? What is the next move to make? And rather than make the wrong decision, maybe I'll just make no decision at all right now. It definitely seems to be in this really kind of very much this kind of contemplative, like intellectual kind of state. And the King of Swords very much rules by the intellect. And there's a lot of thinking that's going on right now with the masculine. A lot of thinking, a lot of deep meditative thought, and not wanting to make the wrong decision, like I said. And maybe he's made the wrong decisions in the past. And I'm saying but of course these energies could apply to to a feminine. It's the masculine energy that's coming through. But perhaps he did make some wrong mistakes in the past and doesn't want to repeat those old patterns, and just really seems to be very contemplative at this time, and just taking it all in, understanding it all, digesting it all, understanding his place in the world, his place in this union, and how basically just how to go about it next, and it's just interesting. He seems to be doing exactly what I feel the global collective kind of needs to be doing right now, rather than just kind of act quickly on our emotions and the full moon and the elections and this and that. We should kind of take a page out of the divine masculine's book and just kind of like sit back and just relax, digest it all, figure out what's what, and just kind of think it through, and just and just really kind of count on our divine guidance right now, because really we can't count on anybody else, especially no no political figure, that's for sure. So the final energy that I have for the day, for this portal, is the Ace of Cups, and this is really beautiful because I just feel that this really just sums up in a really gorgeous kind of way what this day is about, what these energies are about, and it really just comes back to love. It just comes back to divine love and compassion for each other and our fellow man and our neighbor, and really for everybody, even those that we hate even. It's just pure, unbridled, unconditional love, and it's here. And this is the final energy of the day, and it's like this is what we're being reminded of, that this is why we were all brought here. You know, this is what we were brought to do, is to just spread our love across the planet, and it needs it now more than ever. I mean, let's really face it. And there is no coincidence. I feel that we're all finding each other now. We've all been incarnated now. We're just in such interesting times of change. So this is what this energy is reminding us, to just really come back to that, you know. And it's an offering, you know. It's this cup, this chalice, this gift is being offered to us, you know. Are we willing to accept it? Are we willing to accept the challenge? Are we in a place to accept this challenge right now? You know, are you ready? Are you brave enough? Are you skilled enough? You know, have you contemplated enough? You know, and the answer, of course, is yes. We all can do it. We all, you know, we're brought here because we knew we could. The divine knew that we could. You know, deep down in our souls, we know we can. You know, but on the surface, are you operating out of this energy, out of the Ace of Cups, or are you operating out of this Knight of Swords, where it's like you're very much in your emotional body and you're kind of waving your sword all over the place, you know, which is why I said I feel like we should really kind of take a page out of the Divine Masculine's book, who's really in a very contemplative state right now and just kind of figuring out, you know, his next move. And so this Ace of Cups, it also is the sign of a new beginning. It is an ace, so it is the start of something new, and it's the start of something really, you know, not just new, but something just that's inherently beautiful. It's just really is setting out on the right foot, you know, and it's also very much backed by divine guidance, by Christ's energy. There's a white dove that appears in this card, you know, and this very much symbolizes the Holy Spirit and Christ consciousness. So this is really what we need to be operating by. You know, this is our ruler. This is our teacher. It's not a political figure. It's not, you know, it's not the media. It's not what anybody else shows us or teaches us. It's something that really is within us, that's really kind of dying to come out, that's kind of being asked to really come out at this time during this portal, is to just remember your strength, remember your inner wisdom, remember who you are, and all of the divine graces, and operate out of that love, you know, not out of fear or uncertainty of the future. You know, yes, the future is uncertain. Yes, it does sort of look pretty bleak on most days, you know, but this is why we were called here, and this is what we're really being reminded of right now, is to just accept this tremendous gift, you know. And it's beautiful that this card appeared at this portal. It's reminding us that this is here for us if we want to take it. It's a beautiful offering, but because it is an ace, it is a start. It's not completed. It needs nurturing. It needs work. It needs accepting. I apologize for sirens going on in the background right now, if you can hear them. But it could also be the birth of a new idea, of a new love. creative creative sparks in you, you can really kind of use this ace really towards your advantage at this time during the rest of the month during this portal. You can apply it in so many different ways. But what I feel this ace is really speaking of is just remembering the love that you have for yourself and especially for your twin, and just reminding you that this offering of love is here. It is here now. It's beyond special. It's beyond divine, and it is a new beginning. Even those who have been with their twin rather in previous in previous times together, it's still going to feel new once you are reunited again. It's still, you're still starting over and kind of, pressing the reset button here. And it's just a tremendous offer to kind of start over again and to kind of, start on the right foot and move with this energy that, Christ consciousness is really kind of behind you and guiding you this time around, because this time around we get it. We understand. We know what this is about. We've done the work. The masculine has done the work. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's here. It's here now. Like, love is here now. This Ace of Cups offering is here now. And it's fantastic. It's just really kind of up to us to really kind of seize it and seize this moment, and like I said, really kind of move forward, with the right foot at this time, with the right kind of footing, and I really feel like we can do it. I really feel like we have done the work and we've done the purging, and I just really feel like it's only a matter of time now for these unions to come. So I hope this reading really resonates with you guys, and I do appreciate all of you, everyone who has written me and purchased readings, and those who have liked and subscribed to my channel. I really do honor all of you, appreciate all of you greatly, and I hope everyone has a really blessed and beautiful month. Take care, guys.